going to talk a little bit, but don't let that stop you from listening to your body. More important than what I'm going to say. There's a story, one of the Deshi, back when Sensei was alive, Sensei said, you must stand on the floating bridge of heaven. If you do not stand on the floating bridge of heaven, Aiki will not come forth. And then the Deshi said, but we didn't know where the floating bridge of heaven was, and we didn't know how to stand on it, so we just put on a good face and kept applying techniques to each other. And then these were the people who went out to teach Aikido, and I'm afraid that a lot of what they taught was putting on a good face and applying techniques to each other. And let's not minimize that, because the techniques do teach the art. As you study it, the movements themselves come out of the divine spirit of Aikido, the Aiki Kami. However, I think if you know you're listening to the movement of the universe and you do it with that in mind, if you know that you must stand on the floating bridge of heaven and you practice with that in mind, even if you don't know what it is, if you're in that exploration, the Kami will talk to you. Standing on the floating bridge of heaven. That it's the idea that we exist as divine spirit, and I don't know what I mean by the word divine either, so don't worry about it, but something beyond our understanding. And we also exist as a material, physical body. We live in the manifest realm. We eat, we sleep, we do those things. And that standing on the floating bridge of heaven connects those two dimensions. It's unifying what seem to be opposing forces. It's connecting the masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang, the manifest and the divine, the present, the past, and the future. It's connecting the realms into a unified field of awareness and, more importantly, of experience. This process that we're playing with, where you start to get your volitional breath and your universal breath into one unit, into one system, into what I call the unified field. The same way that you get your presence here and your presence here, where you're going and where you're coming from, connected in the center, in this, again, unified field, I think is our approach on what the founder called standing on the floating bridge of heaven. And stories go that he never stopped exhorting people. You must stand on the floating bridge of heaven. If you do not stand on the floating bridge of heaven, Aiki will not come forth. No Aiki, no Aikido.